The Instagram algorithm is always changing, but I'm still seeing regular people like you and me growing to 3, 6, 10, 20K followers within 1 to 3 months of posting. And the wild thing is, they're doing it by breaking all the rules you've been told about how Instagram works. They're not posting at the right time, chasing trends, or doing any crazy editing. And after studying many of these accounts, I found 4 things that are working well on Instagram right now. And in this video, I'll break down what those 4 things are, show you real life examples, and teach you how you can apply the same to your content. So let's get into it. The first thing people are doing is sharing what they're learning in real time as they learn it. Not as an expert, not as a guru, but as someone who fell down a rabbit hole on a topic that they were genuinely curious about and decided to bring their audience along for the ride. And I want to show you a really specific example of this because I think it'll make it click. There's a creator on Instagram who goes by the handle muse.maths. Earlier this year in February, she started a 30-day posting challenge on her account. And within those 30 days, she has grown to over 3,000 followers. Now, here's the part that genuinely surprised me when I looked at her account. Her videos are simple, like really simple. There is no fancy editing, no quick cuts or flashy transitions, no aesthetic fonts, and she's not even showing her face. So, why did she blow up? It all comes down to this one thing that she really does very well, and that's sharing what she's learned around a niche topic that she actually cares about. For her, that's wealth, money mindset, and thoughts from the stage of life she's in right now. She's not a finance guru, she's not a money coach with a huge certification on her wall. She's just a regular person sharing her personal take on things she's been thinking about. So here's a good example. In one of her videos, she talks about mindset shifts that changed how she thinks about money. She references a book that she read and what she took from it, her own observations, and her personal experience with wealth and status. So, how do you actually take it and apply it to your own account? First, you're going to write down all the topics that you're genuinely interested in. Don't filter yourself yet, just brain dump everything onto paper. Then look for common themes. What keeps showing up? From there, narrow it down to 1 to 2 topics that you're not just interested in, but you're also eager to keep learning and talking about. Then find a format that you actually enjoy making. For Maddie, it's her sit down style videos, no face, yap style delivery, like she's talking to a friend, with simple recognizable fonts. So, my question to you is, what have you been learning about lately that you are excited to talk to someone else about? Something clicked for you, something quietly changed the way you see the world, something confused you. Just hit record and talk about it. Okay, so the second thing that's working is documenting your process. You might also know this as building in public, and the idea is simple. You basically show the behind the scenes of whatever you're working on. This could be a business, a creative project, a personal goal, without waiting until you made it to start talking about it. And here's the part that surprises most people when I tell them about this. Being upfront about your goal, like literally saying, I'm just trying to grow on Instagram, or I'm trying to start this thing and I have no idea if it's going to work, that is not weakness, okay? That vulnerability is your hook. But here's what most people do wrong: they wait. They think like, oh, I'll start documenting once I have some results to show or once I have proof that it's working. But that's backwards. The people watching want to see the figuring it out. They want to feel like they're watching something unfold in real time. So let me show you 2 people who are doing this really well. The first is Keisha Omar Ali. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. She grew her page to 24.7K followers by just documenting her process of trying to become a full-time artist. The second is Wim Zoe. Again, I'm sorry if I butchered your username. She's currently at 26.3K followers with only 67 posts. And I've been following her since she first started her account, so I can confirm that she's built all this from scratch. She made it very clear from her first post that she was posting on Instagram to see where this journey would take her, and that was what she was documenting. But here's where most people give up, and I want to be real with you about this. They expect results like this to happen overnight. And while in some rare cases it does, the more common trend that I've seen, even with the two creators I mentioned, is that it starts pretty slow. There's a slower curve getting to your first 1,000 to 3,000 followers, and then from there it tends to grow a bit faster. So, how can you do this? Number one, document something that you're working towards. Again, this could be a business, a creative project, or a personal goal. Number two, turn it into a signature series where each episode is one of the steps of you working towards that goal. But don't forget this, make sure that you're showing up regularly for people to know that there's more coming. Okay, moving on. The third way is by leaning into your own unique design style. Now, this is going to sound counterintuitive, especially if you've been following social media advice for a while. We've been told forever to find what's working and replicate it, study the viral accounts, reverse engineer their hooks, copy the format, and just swap in your own message. But here's the problem when everyone does that. Instagram just gets flooded with the same 10 content formats being recycled endlessly with just different faces on them. Same hooks, same B-rolls, and same transitions. And people are exhausted by it. So, what are regular people doing to stand out? They're creating content in their own unique style, and I want to show you some examples so you can understand this better. Take this first creator. Instead of going the traditional day in my life route that everyone is doing, she's built her whole content style around stop motion editing. It's charming, it's unexpected, and the second one of her videos pops up on your feed, you can instantly recognize her brand. And then there's this creator who takes a similar approach, using her own distinctive creative style to share fashion, makeup, and personal stories. Now you can do the same thing. Just think of yourself as the director of your own film. What's your visual signature? What editing style actually excites you to make? Find that and own it. Now, the fourth way is through visual storytelling, specifically how people are starting to show the story instead of just telling it. Let me paint you a picture. A few years back, carousels on Instagram were just like a graphic design template or a solid color background with some text slapped on it. But all that has changed in the recent year. Now people are using photo carousels in a whole different way. Instead of designed slides, they're using their own photos behind what they're saying. Relevant images, personal moments, or screenshots that support the story. And on Reels, they're doing image overlays. You've probably seen those videos where someone's talking and every few seconds some pictures or text might pop up to support what they're talking about in the video. Now, a lot of people felt really intimidated when this style of content started trending because they thought it meant that they need to show more of their face online. But you don't. You can share snippets of your everyday life instead. Your breakfast plate, your living room, a street in your city, anything that lets people know that there's a real person behind the account. And if you want even more content ideas to grow your Instagram, I cover a lot more in this video, so go watch it next.